Yeah, this is your boy Demetrius behind the lens, and I'm here in New York City, down at Wall Street, at the tip of Manhattan, the original New Amsterdam. Here with my partner DWI.
Yo.
He's helping me out right now. We here at the Nexus Radio Studio downtown,
Riding shotgun.
Matrix Studios, as well as in the building. This is the Creative Vibe Podcast, episode 008, and I'm here with two dope individuals who kind of helped shape and inspire my career, and we came up and seen each other doing our thing through the studio. My man DJ Spynfo's in the building.
Bop, bop, bop.
And my man Mike Barber's in the building. We're going to get into their journey and who they are. But these two men played a pivotal role inspiring me. One was a dope experience of these guys coming from, college, coming from their backgrounds of doing certain things in the industry, and me being young and coming up in the studio and seeing them, formulate a plot of trying to get on, FM radio and get on Hot 97 and make their dreams coming true. St. John's, alumni, and everything like that. Bringing J. Cole up to the Bronx, doing a legendary interview, which was, pivotal for my career.
You got Rock Nation recording artist J. Cole in the building. Yeah. How you doing? What's going on, D? Yo, I'm gonna tell you now. Yo, Mike Barber, DJ Spynfo have been doing backflips to get J. Cole in here. And it just so happened that it was a blessing. He came to Spynfo's birthday party, my birthday party. Came into the building, much love. And we told him about the show. He was like, yeah, I'll come next week. It's nothing. So that was love. And we didn't know it was that easy.
And understand, we in the Bronx, man. It's
not
So that was really dope to be able to experience that, and then to see the end result of what Cole did and being pivotal with that. But without further ado, I want to jump in. Your Spynfo, I want to start with you, man. What's good, baby? What's good?
It's been a minute, man. How are you?
Man, this is kind of crazy, right? It's kind of like
right. We really in front of each other right now. I always see you on my phone, on Instagram. But things are good, man. I can't complain, man. My journey's been very rewarding. I'm in a space right now where I'm just taking my time and just taking it as it comes. Ultimately, I could take it straight back to the St. John's days and just thinking about the times that I would visualize what I wanted my future to be like. And now, 23 years later, very fortunate to have the friendships that I have, the partnerships that I have. And when I take a retrospective glance at a lot of things that I may have accomplished, pretty damn happy. Can't complain. Pretty good. Pretty good. Not a bad ride.
I've seen this. You're like, I've traveled a lot, but you've definitely traveled to quite a lot of nice places and done some pretty dope work as a DJ with marriage, and couples, and being the maestro behind the ones and twos for people's weddings. I think that's really dope. So seeing that on the gram that's pretty ill.
I appreciate it, brother. Yeah. All started from like I said, St. John's days. Before then, I was doing a music thing with the trumpet, running around, doing jazz band, all that good stuff. Got to St. John's University, picked up some turntables. Was fortunate enough to be like in a dorm room that was positioned in a place where everybody that lived in the dorm room. Big shout out to everybody with St. John's, all my alumni out there. Hollis Hall, first opened up in 2000, and a lot of different organizations from True Image to Riot, to Alphas, Kappas, so to pick me up, pulling me out, bringing me to fashion shows and little pubs and bars in the neighborhood in Queens, New York. Big shout out to Jamaica, Queens. And I think one of the most pivotal moments in my career was when I had the opportunity at 23 years old to go to Japan. Mind you, I'm DJing maybe for like 5 years at the time. And I just was very fascinated with the culture and how much they appreciated hip hop out there. Like they're big Wu-Tang fans, big Missy Elliott fans, big Lauryn Hill, big Tupac, all that good stuff. So once I was able to like see that and being a kid from the Bronx and just seeing that's the other side of the planet. Like that's a whole other side of the planet. It just allows you to just think big, and I'm just still riding it, still learning every day. And bringing all those assets and all that experience to what I'm doing now.
Well, you was always hungry, man. Like I just remember going after like kind of taking a break from the studio and going out to Webster Hall a lot.
Oh, word.
You was my plug, and like I was like, all right, Spynfo, that's my
drop his name. You on the list? Don't worry, son. You on the list?
Yeah, I was like, all right. I felt like that was the first time I felt like important about like stepping.
I was taking care of people.
stepping out of the studio show at that point was like, all right, I'm on the fucking list.
Here's some drink tickets.
Yeah, like I had like, yo, Ma, you want to get in? I don't know if you act right, you made me look good, cool. I'm shooting tonight. And that was just ill because it gave a young person confidence and exposure of what it's like to have a real association with somebody because we did things in the studio. So it was like, all right, D's pulling up. Of course, I get drink tickets. All right, he's one person I'm gonna let in because I know him from the studio. So
absolutely,
I definitely appreciate them times. We had some fun moments, afterwards.
Too much fun.
Yeah. Some ill, just genuine times, and just drunk and drinking those big cranberry
whatever, bro. Red Devils.
It was Red Devil.
Stupid.
It was Red Devil.
Back then.
Webster Hall was a movie. It was definitely the Red Devils.
Let's not forget my man Mike in the building. Mike, let's you like the other side. I saw you come out from. I saw the VH1 I want to work for Diddy thing, and I remember talking to D about that, and we saw the ad inside of a magazine, and I was like, yo, that show would be ill. And then I remember seeing you on it, and I remember one of the moments you were mad energetic, and I said on watching the show, I was like, yo, this dude's gonna win.
He's gonna win.
Yeah. He's gonna win because he's just fucking pouncy. Like he's just, there's no doesn't mean no. It's like whatever you want, I'm gonna do. And I resonated with that young because I was the same way. If I had to get you coffee and start that way on set, then that's just what
you was going to be the best coffee getter possible.
And if I slip, I'm gonna catch both of them shits. I'm gonna land, and I'm gonna figure out a way to, you know what I'm saying, make sure. And I remember you falling. I remember it was when you slipped in the Associated or the supermarket.
It was a Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah, Barnes and Nobles. Yeah, and I just remember that. And I was like, all right, this guy's gonna. And then you winded up getting to the finalists on the plane and all that. And then you came into the studio, and that was the first time I saw someone on television, and then I seen them come, and I was like rooting for them immediately. And I was like, yo, this is dope. And I was like, I didn't really know how it worked yet, so I was kind of like, yo, he's on his way, but there's still
steps you got to take.
Yeah, it's a show and stuff like that. But that was a really cool experience.
Right.
So,
I mean, it was a great show. Like, I mean, I think that the people that put that together, shout to Sean Rankin, all the producers out there that put that show together. It was a great idea. From the beginning, I was already doing shows. I was hosting shows, and somebody just so happened to give me their card while I was hosting the show, and said, "Listen, I got a great opportunity for you. I can't tell you what it is right now, but I want you to try. I want you to give this person a call, right?" So I called the person. The person called me back before lunch. I was working at the bank at the time, and they asked me if I can come for an interview, and it turned out to be me interviewing for the role of this assistant. And then they told me I had the job, and then it went back into, no, you know what? There's a show that we're working on. We'd love for you. I thought I would be working with him on the show, but I ended up being a contestant. And I mean, how ironic that the person that's sitting next to me right at that moment, I didn't feel like I wanted to do that shit. And it was up to Spynfo. I'll never forget this. It was like June 8th, 2007.
How old were you at this time? How old were you?
I was probably 24.
About 24 years old.
Yeah,
I was about 24 years old, maybe 25.
You said 2007.
So we had this conversation.
Yeah,
we had this 2000. We had this conversation in 2007.
Okay.
And the show aired in 2008. We filmed for like 35 days. At the end of it, you think that you're gonna come out this, winner because you did everything right. For me to only hear that I didn't get chosen at the end, and that was heartfelt. But I think that was all the dramatics, right? I'm walking away, and then the plane opens up, and he says, "Hey, listen, we got more than enough jobs. Come on in and rock."
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it was cool, and I got a chance working with him. I mean, during that time that I worked with him I went to St. John's for 4 years, man. I learned more working with him doing.
And that's how you met Spynfo. That's how you guys.
Yes.
Met,
so me and Spynfo, hell yeah. So yeah, but even before that,
me
and Spynfo, we met. Shoot, that story that he said Hollis Hall. Yeah. I was in Hollis Hall, 505, and he was on the first floor, and he DJ'd.
And why St. John's? I always make a joke with my wife. I say, tell him, like, my son's got to go to St. John's. If he's going to MBA, he's got to go to St. John's. And I think it's just because I met guys from St. John's. And we went there one time at the radio room there. And it was just, I don't know. I just find St. I think there's a couple basketball players that went there who played, name some of the ballers that went there. I sound
Ron Artest,
Lopez, right? Ron Artest,
Lopez.
Yeah. So it's just like it just seemed like a real New York City, but college campus, but still in the city.
Chris
kind of
Mullin
program. Yeah, like so it was just like, all right, if my son would play ball, I want him to go there because then he could still come to New York and play in the parks, play in the cage, playing dice.
Yep.
He can go to college and get that experience.
That street skill.
Yeah,
That
and then
street
J.
skill's
Cole went there.
important,
So
yep.
it was like, all right, that was hard because he made his name in New York going there. And so
Graf went to the Johns.
okay, that's crazy. Yeah.
Big shout out to Aris,
I
big
ain't
shout
never
out to
grabbed that. I
Nessa
ain't never grabbed it. And
Simmons.
you grabbed it, that shit
Yo,
together.
the St. John's had
Big shout
a
out to
push
DJ
of people.
MoMA.
So this
DJ
is
MoMA, yep.
alumni is crazy.
Yo, the St.
we
John's
there.
people that push, especially during that time we were there, it was crazy.
So why St. John's for you guys? Why St. John's?
So if you want me to be completely transparent,
Right.
I don't know why. I just that's good. It was like the option that accepted me. I think I was a C plus, maybe a B minus student.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Cardinal Hayes, and I was like
Okay,
one of
on
those
the
kids that
concourse.
kind of like I
Yeah.
did what I needed to do to get past the grade, but I wasn't really like entrenched in my books like that. But ultimately, no, it was a good school, and I like the fact that it felt like it was away from home, but it wasn't that far. You know what I'm saying? It take that long to get on the train and go there. I was never really one to want to go like abroad or far, like far from New York City. I felt like I wanted to continue to build my network here, and it worked in my favor. Luckily, I took that as an option. But I just knew some people that was going there. I knew some friends that went there prior to me, and it just felt almost like the suburbs on one side and the hood on the next side.
That's
So
what
it's
I'm
this
saying,
perfect
Yeah,
blend.
yeah.
What about you? What about you?
I mean, me personally, I had a scholarship to play football coming out of DeWitt Clinton High School.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was.
You running back?
Nah, I was wide receiver. I was a wide receiver, and I had a scholarship to go to Norfolk.
Yeah.
I actually go to Auburn, went to the schools and everything, but I ended up breaking my leg. Typical story, right? Typical hood story. Broke my leg. They found out about it in the camps, but after a while, I didn't want to go to. I got a job, right? I wasn't gonna go to college, but my girlfriend at the time, shout out to Jen, gonna always be my girl, MC Cotta. She was like, "Nah, you got to go to school. You got to go to school." So I ended up just jumping in St. John. I ended up applying, and it just worked out.
School.
It was a good school, yeah. And they had a program with the fathers that you can go up there and talk to them and like talk your way into school, like tell them why you deserve to get into school, and that kind of worked out for me.
What was your majors? Communication.
I was advertising and marketing.
I was communication major, and I'm even taking a step back. I'm realizing I was on a family trip on a cruise, and I met this girl. Her name was Dana Story, and I thought that she was going to continue going to St. John's by the time I got there. But when I got there, she was gone. And that was a big part of the reason I went. I was like, "Oh, she's gonna be there? They look like that over there."
The power of a woman, right?
Yeah, goddamn. Where's she at, yo? Shout out to Dana Story.
So Spynfo, how was your from coming to the studio? What was your experience there? How did you grow from that? And then what was it like to start doing stuff at Hot 97? How did that?
Oh man, I mean, it was just a complete change of environment. Like it was you walking into a space where you planted a lot of seeds, and we cultivated something that was special. Mic check radio, mic check Wednesdays. I'm just building that confidence up, trying to build that content up, and just knowing that you're dope. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have that vision for yourself. And I remember the day signing that paperwork, like, oh, I'm like actually here. And I remember being in my basement thinking about wanting to be in Hot 97 or being a part of that organization. So it was definitely like, stepping into the big leagues and just finding my balance and finding my way. I was a little rebel up there. That's why I'm not there right now. But that's multiple factors.
St. John's, of course. Stony Brook ladies, what up, baby? I used to go to Pace. Stop lying to the people, son. I'm serious. I used to go there, man. Flex, what's up? Your music's a little loud. There you go. Nice. First time here. I'm learning though. Where's Ebro? I want a contract. I'm just playing. I'm playing. Reach out to the whole Hot 97 family. Where is he? Where is he? Oh man. Yeah. That's a different approach. I'm playing. It's just jokes. Why not?
Multiple factors. Like I'm a music head. I'm not a lyrical dude. I love lyrics, but I'm not the dude that's gonna recite stuff for you. I just don't remember the lyrics like that. I'm not gonna remember Nas. I may hit you with some Chubb Rock, to be honest with you, or maybe a little Tropical Quest, something like that. But when I was up on Hot 97, I was trying to make sure that there was a balance. I was bringing up the J. Cole's and I was the Janelle Monáe's.
But you was really big on Afro beats and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
that too, of
and
course.
all that stuff. Yeah, early on.
I heard he's the reason.
Let's take a pause.
Right,
we
right.
gotta take a pause on that because the same way we be pausing, for this internet radio and everything, and we gotta pause every time. I have to say DWI's name every time somebody brings that.
Definitely.
When it comes to bringing Afro beats into New York City, we have to say DJ Spynfo's name a little bit more. We need y'all help with that because it's him, bro. He was on that early. He was on that early, and I was like, no. I want to hear French Montana.
You want to hear Biggie?
I wanted to hear Big.
Oh, well, Trillville knew. Trillville. No, it's kind of funny because I remember just being in certain clubs, in certain environments, and the bartenders would be like, yo, what is that? But they would be vibing because they had the opportunity to really listen before people walked in, whatever the case may be. And I'm glad it's taking it as far as it's going. It's going really far. It's a beautiful genre that's bringing people together.
Let's get DJ Spynfo booked worldwide on the biggest Afrobeat tours.
Oh yeah, let's tap in. I'm ready to tap into that.
Shout out to my guy Burna Boy.
Yes,
I ran into him at O2 Arena with Nas and Wu-Tang, so that was epic. You can see that on my Instagram.
Okay,
shameless plug.
Hot, hot out here. Hot out here.
You know, listen, seeing when you transition from being at the studio and watching you do the shows and trying to get concept, trying to get material, I learned. I sat there and I was like, and then I saw someone go from like that to going to the big station. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Manifestation, being in love with what they're doing and making it happen. So it made you believe as a young person. I didn't go to St. John's. I went to the Matrix studio. I was going to his studio.
Yeah. Dynasty in the back here because he makes sure he takes care of all of the submissions. He's sitting behind me. My man.
So I'm learning from y'all.
There's always there's no formula to this thing. It's just consistency and having your intentions and being saying your intentions. I think big shout out to my man Mini Deuce Mike from St. John's. I remember driving to Canada for Caravana, and he's like, "Yo, you should get on the radio." And it was just like a thought that I never had. It wasn't really a thought, and I was like, I started thinking about that thought, and then manifestation is real if you're really intentional about your thoughts and writing stuff down and swinging the bat at life. Like every day, you can't stop until you smack that ball, and then eventually you be like, "Oh, look at that shit's out the park." But you've been swinging forever, so.
Yeah, and speaking of swinging out the park, that's a Sankofa Lounge is out of here. Like,
get it right, Sankofa House.
I call it a lounge. My bad. House, yeah.
HAUS.
Well, so Sankofa House, man. Dimitri, you been yet?
Nah, well, it's crazy thing is we did 2 shoots there with Set Free, who originally had the space.
I just saw him
recently. Tell him about your most death story real fast.
Yeah, well,
okay,
I don't know.
Jump in.
He said, "Well, I don't know."
Important.
It does sound important.
For some reason, he just did not want to take a picture for a long time.
He kept trying to make it
around. It was weird.
Most Def was doing that.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know.
He wasn't looking at the list.
I wanted up getting a really dope shot because Slick Rick was like really cool, and obviously he's from England, and I've been over there, so we clicked, for a couple of times that we met. So then he wound up convincing. I got a couple of shots at most, but he was just like, he didn't want to give me, he wasn't trying to give me too much. And I was like, all right, obviously you're kind of very inclusive with your energy.
Yeah.
I said, no problem. But then when Slick jumped in, they did a really cool shot together, and it's a very rare shot. And everyone screamed out when we took the shot. They were like, classic. And I knew, it was a really dope shot.
It was a good moment.
Yeah, it's on my website. So
but Sankofa House definitely.
Sankofa House is in that place now.
Yeah, the placement and the vibe that's there. I went there for on one of the I think it was their first back to Wednesdays.
Mic check Wednesdays.
That was the first one.
It's a dope event space. I've checked it out online. Obviously, I haven't been there yet, but you've invited me.
We're going there this week. We're going there. We're going to
so it'd be great to
pull up.
How has it been to run a space like that now at this point as well?
Bro, it's challenging. It's challenging. There's a lot of different aspects to running a business like that I didn't factor in. Insurance costs in the Bronx and Con Edison and all this other stuff. But I can tell you this much: the most gratifying portion of it is, the give back to the community and creating a safe space. Whether I go tomorrow or I make it another 50 years with this space, I did it.
Well, I've seen all the Bronx publication stuff. You on the bus stop, stuff like that. Yeah, that stuff is really cool. You're really like
this guy turned into the mayor real quick in the Bronx.
I wouldn't say all that, brother, but I receive it. I receive it.
Well, you've just grown levels, and it's really cool to see. You take chances on yourself.
Yeah, you got to, brother,
and put together things that are like quality and that look good, and things like that.
Thank you, brother.
Mike, with you, with Mike Check Wednesdays and you guys doing that as well. I know that's something that you guys are restarting. Has it stopped? What exactly? Yeah. If you is he put it back? Did he put it back on? That's all good. Because I really want to dive into the
Mike Check Wednesdays now. Mike Check Wednesdays is still going. It stopped, of course. Life, right? Life and pandemics. We'll stop that shit. But then once we got back into our groove, Spynfo was able to lock down a fantastic space in Sankofa House. And now we got that resource to be able to do it. And the tool, I mean, the idea is to use it as a tool to give these artists, a shot to get their career to the next level. We've always wanted to do that. That was the idea of Mike Management when he made him. I loved how y'all was doing it down in
Alphabet City. Yeah, that was fire.
Yeah.
I remember even, you guys hired me one time to do a video down there. That was
you did cool. A few videos.
You did a few videos for us.
Yeah. Times Square too.
Always cool. I've always liked being able to be young and work and do stuff with y'all. And
just for the newbies out there, you got to break down what Mic Check Wednesdays.
Yeah,
break
it.
So Mic Check Wednesdays is the #1 hideout in New York City. It's what we're doing is we're putting artists in the forefront, in front of gatekeepers, in front of a fantastic crowd, intimate crowd in the Bronx, and giving them an opportunity to showcase their talent. The MIC and Mike stands for Mastering Individual Creativity. It's hosted by me, Mike Barber, the mastering ceremony, Mo Brown Sugar, and of course DJ Spynfo at Sankofa House. So we do it every 3 months. We used to do it every month, but now we're doing it every 3 months to plan a much better show and to curate a much better space and do more things. Ideas like him pushing down this 3D imaging down my throat. I think it's a great idea now. He sold it to me, so I had to sit on it.
He's still fighting me.
Well,
for
listen,
it, but it's all right.
So because we short on time, because we short on time, we're gonna wrap it here. This is the Creative Vibe Podcast, but y'all make sure y'all go check out DJ Spynfo, Mike Barber online, Mic Check Wednesdays. Make sure y'all tap into everything they do. Google them, check them out.
MicCheckWednesdays.com.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram.
Mic Check Wednesdays. And if you are artists and you want to get on stage in Sankofa, make sure you send us an email, MicCheckWednesday without the S @gmail.com. Send us send us your music. We want to take a look at it.
Poets, comedy, live music. Let's get it.
There you go. DWI, The Matrix Studios. This is Demetrius Behind the Lens. This is the Creative Vibe Podcast. We signing out.
Blessings.
Yes.